daily things like this and that and what is what that keep us all busy or confusing me. That's when you came to me and said, wish I could prove I love you, but does that mean I have to walk on water? When we are older, you'll understand it's enough when I say so. And maybe some things are that simple. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let go. Hold me, whatever lies beyond this morning is a little later on. Regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Nothing's like before. You walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let go. Hold me, whatever lies beyond this morning is a little later on. Regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Nothing's like before. Hold me, whatever lies beyond this morning is a little later on. Regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Nothing's like before.
She's blood, flesh and bone, no tox or silicone. She's touch, smell, sight, taste and sound. But somehow I can't believe that anything should happen. I know where I belong and nothing's gonna happen, yeah. 'Cause she's so high above me. She's so lovely. She's so high, like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Aphrodite. She's so high above me. First class and fancy free. She's high society. She's got the best of everything. What could a guy like me ever really offer? She's perfect as she can be. Why should I even bother? 'Cause she's so high above me. She's so lovely. She's so high, like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Aphrodite. She's so high calls to speak to me, I freeze immediately, 'cause what she says sounds so unreal. 'Cause somehow I can't believe that anything should happen. I know where I belong and nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause she's so high above me. She's so lovely. She's so like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Aphrodite. Oh yeah, she's so high above me. Long ago, just like a hearse, you died to get in again. We are so far from you. Burning on, just like a matches, try to incinerate the lives of everyone you know. And what's the worst to take from every heart you break? And like the blade you'll stain, well, I've been holding on tonight. What's the worst thing I could say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. Came a time when every star fall brought to the tears again. We are the very hurt you sold. And what's the worst you take from every heart you break? And like the blade you'll stain, well, I've been holding on tonight. What's the worst thing I can say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. Well, if you carry on this way, things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. What's the worst thing I can say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. Well, if you carry on this way, things are better if I stay.
All right. I think we're getting close to the end here. So, Yeah, I think we're close to the end. So what happened last time? It's been a minute. We're an official couple. Ben and Mia tried to start shit and blame Olivia for all of Mia's little tantrum destruction, destroying all the art shit. And we stood our ground and got out of it. And Olivia's kind of held up at home waiting for her wheelchair replacement. And that's about it. It was a short stream. Alright, let's get at it. Alright. Inky. Liv, wake up. The cursed beast plants both of his feet into my chest, shaking me by the collar. Olivia responds by swatting him clean off of me with her tail. Whack. He's fine. Olivia sets herself up, wiping the sleep from her eyes. Morning, Inko. Saturday morning. A check on my phone says that it's 7:30. 4 hours too early. Barely. I sit up, narrowly missing Vinny's second landing zone. He's got the cable remote. TV flickers alive and Vinny starts flicking through the channels at a speed only he can comprehend. Morning, Inko. Damien enters from the hallway. Ugh, hold on. Alright. Sorry about the wake-up call. It's Vinny's favorite season. Winter? Hockey. Vinny cheers loudly and I look at the screen to see a player being brutally slammed into protective glass at the ice rink. Ah. So, should we move? Nah, too comfy. Yeah. I'm hungry. Go make breakfast. What do you want? A big plate of eggs and bacon. I think I burned the kitchen down. There's plenty of cereal out there if you want some. Olivia drones dramatically. Mine. Gently untangling myself from Olivia's grasp, I shoot Damien a thumbs up as I make my way to the kitchen. A quick search through the cupboards in the fridge nets me the necessary components and I manage to avoid destroying the kitchen as I pour cereal and milk in the 2 plastic bowls. As I give each bowl a spoon, a vibration emanates from my pocket. I whip out my phone, check what it's for. It looks like a new 3-hour analysis of the 3rd place speedrunning world record for Wii Golf. The thumbnail displays the record holder's face with an arrow pointing to it and the text proudly advertising the Ponut Slurp Strat. Okay. I'm really not in the mood for these recently. I'll mute the notifications and done. As I return to the living room, the scene is a lot more lively. The 2 brothers are commenting the match to one another while gently shaking the couch in excitement. Olivia has since sat up and wrapped herself in a blanket, only opening a spot for me once I approach. I take a seat, offering her the bowl of sugary goodness, which she greedily accepts. Not too long, we're cuddled together again. She leans her head against my shoulder. Despite the ruckus, I'm able to find the perfect spot to snuggle with Olivia and enjoy her warmth. This is nice. We do our best to withstand Vinny's ramblings about hockey teams, though it seems like he's more interested in which team gets the most fights rather than most wins. I look towards Olivia every so often, worried that she might be losing interest in just sitting here. But she reassures me with a gentle smile, one that says she wouldn't have it any other way. Sharing in her contentment, we continue to snuggle on the couch together, occasionally cheering with the brothers as they celebrate the success of their hockey team. Damien and Vinny start shouting in victory as the home team gets the final score. What a slap shot! Heard the excitement in the room watching hockey again. Sophia settles herself into the recliner, opening her laptop. Oh, the school's weekly newsletter just came in. Turn down the volume, Damien. Sure thing. All right, first it says there's a basketball game this Friday against the Tail Spikes. In preparation for finals, tutoring will be open after school for everyone that needs it. Damien. I got it covered, Mom. Liz helping me out. I hope so. Senioritis won't be tolerated here, young man. Oh, this is interesting. To all our students, you're invited to St. Hammond High School's 201M 2023 BC Winter Formal. Winter Formal? Damien yawns and stretches his arms behind his back. Yeah, some event seniors, they got every year basically a dance, but more fancy. It's like the biggest event of the year. You know, next to graduation or prom. I don't think any of my previous schools ever did something like this, just regular dances. Immerse yourself in the serene beauty of the wintry night with music, food, and entertainment, much more. We will be hosting a special memorial for one of St. Hammond's finest teachers who has recently passed, Mr. Trent Idokin. Shoot, that's going to be tough to see. The event will take place at the Volcadera Convention Center on Friday, December 15th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets for Winter Formal are now on sale. Online at Miss Procklin's class in room 211. $15 for one and $30 for couples. Please read our event dress code to know what you will and will not be allowed for the formal. Have a great weekend. Go Feathertails. It's been a minute since high school, but I remember the winter one was like, was it Sadie Hawkins or whatever? The one that the girls asked you to dance? Or was that spring? Eh. Well, it seems like you three have something to look forward to next month. Mrs. Payne closes her laptop with a smile and sets it aside. Mom, it's about that time. She gasps and checks the clock on the wall. I nearly forgot. Vinny, get your kimono on. I'll start the car. It's called a G, Mom. I'll probably be running some errands while he's at karate practice, so I'll be out until dinner. I'm sure Vinny didn't mean to karate chop my throat as he got up, but he's just eager to get to class. The back rub from Olivia helps clear my airway quicker. Well then, Damien switches on some game and slumps in the familiar position in the recliner in mere seconds. I don't even know how he keeps track of the blur of colors on screen. I feel like it's going to give me a seizure. Olivia tugs at my arm. Hey, want to head back to my room, watch something? What do you have in mind? Nothing in particular. I'm sure I'll find something good. All right. I follow Olivia's proud march into her room. The scent of paint is still a bit strong, but when is it not in here? It's impressive how she manages to actually hop from kneeling on the floor to kneeling on her bed. Her tail pats the open spot next to her as an invitation. But not for me, as Guts seems to scurry out from wherever he was hiding to curl up against Olivia's thigh. So I take the spot opposite of him, settling in right next to Olivia as she opens up her laptop. On the screen, I see a plethora of folders with incomprehensible names, with multiple brackets alternating between kanji and English. Olivia cursor flies from each folder, her eyes scrunched in concentration as she tries to find the perfect show. She finally makes her choice, though. What it is, I don't know. The name is all Japanese, written in English. And there's like 6 different things in brackets denoting the language, aspect ratio, and more obscure details. A media player pops open, VLC player. And the first thing to pop up is a silhouette of a Pachyosaurus in old Japanese attire. And then the pop music started in English. At first I was apprehensive with her pick, but it was a really good show. I'm fully enraptured by the Paki samurai story, along with his budding romance with a young human girl who maintains her family's dojo. We fully settle in, Olivia spraying out across her bed, giving me just enough to sit with my back against the wall beside her. While I'm fully enjoying the story, Split equally between intense sword fights and bouts of lighthearted comedy, my thoughts go back to something else. The formal. And how to actually ask her to it. She's already going since it's Mr. Dawkins' memorial. Olivia already asked me out on a date, kinda. I'd argue strong-armed into it, but then again, I want to go out with her, so it was very Olivia of her to... So what would it be Inko's way of doing it? Looking around for inspiration, I noticed my girlfriend has let out a lot of her sketch material. Balled up papers and her sketch pad right beside my knee. Guts laying atop her colored pencil case, and a mechanical pencil digs into my palm. Yay. When Olivia's focused on her laptop screen, the oddly not so bloody sword fight on it, I begin my greatest plan to date. First, I sketch out what's meant to be full-bodied portrait of Olivia. Though the wheelchair ends up looking like it's a normal chair with rocks for wheels, her hands being just claws, and her tail shrunken down to a quarter of its actual size. I click the mechanical pencil and slowly reach over the pad, nudging the back of Olivia's head. She swats at it and eventually grabs it, yanking it in front of her, and then her tail starts wagging a bit. Bingo. It searches for my arm, wraps around it, and furiously jots something down on the page. I lean forward on my stomach beside her while she passes it back. She's drawn an equally rough portrait of me with my shades missing and my jacket looking more like a button-up. For a while, the two of us resume our drawing game from the start of the school. Of course, the Samurai Show runs. We decorate numerous sheets from our sketch pad with nonsensical doodles. I want to see the doodles. Shit, not that. I make sure my arm's position is shielding the page. The next drawing has to be special. Alright, so we got Fat Chunker, the mouse, and the block of cheese. They drew an unflattering picture of Mr. Ferris, even though he's been so nice. There's Olivia munching the steak in the pool. That's Mr. Hothead, me sizzling my baldy head in the sun watching. What else we got here? There's Liz's long ass head looking at Olivia. Getting speared by a tail? Whatever that is. Shades. The classic S. I'm gonna say that's Mia doing something. There's a fancier picture of me. Another S. Some trees. Olivia with a gun. Alright. And I found just the spot for it. Go out with me to formal. My heart flutters a bit. No, it's perfect. I pass the sketch back, just as I have a half dozen times now. Olivia stares at the little doodle on the page. I hear her breathing pick up. She pulls the pad aside, well out of my vision. I feel the bed wobble as she furiously scribbles something down on it. Sure, it's taken a while. On screen, the toe, whatever, has just finished an epic duel, winning with an intelligent use of technique with his sword sheath. All without killing anyone. Oh shit, is that? Yeah, I know what they're pointing at there. The pad is plopped in front of me. You in 3 seconds. And boom, tackled. Olivia bears her snoot into the back of my head, nuzzling it aggressively. She's making these bellowing noises again. I'll take that as a resounding yes. You're not gonna let me up, are you? No, you're all mine. She keeps bellowing. Her focus slowly returns to the episode. For the rest of it, we remain like this. I got big plans, just you wait. 1 week later. My shoes crunch through the layers of snow beneath me. Okay, there's literal fucking tropical trees with snow. What kind of hellscape is this? Behind me is the trail quickly swept over by fresh snowfall. The cold bites at any flesh it can reach, my ears, my nose, my exposed hand as it carries my precious cargo. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks. I am alone in this frigid wasteland. And to think that this started so simply just 4 days ago. I'd gotten into a new routine at the start of the school week. Wake up, head to school, do my thing till the bell rings, then head over to the Payne residence to check on Olivia. She texted me that the drafting for the painting was finished, and now it was time for the real task of filling in the canvas with color. Every time I'd come over, I'd find her sitting on the edge of her bed with a brush in her hand, analyzing the canvas with the kind of fire in her eyes that only a visionary like her would have. Back on Tuesday, I got a real craving for root beer. Olivia told me there was a gas station up the street and around the corner, and asked if I could get her a normal cola with a strange side eye. The trip was frigid, and I probably should have seen where this was going, but the soda was well worth it. Once Olivia found out I could survive the journey, she started requesting I go make more resupply missions. Then I got caught on a return trip by Vinny and Randy. Short version of the story, I'm now the resupply man for the household. I go out to get precious rations for my poor, freezing, shivering girlfriend and the other survivors in this inhumane climate of 31 degrees. It's been tough work, but it's been a blast. As I approach the front door, one of the survivors eagerly smushes his face into the glass window, ecstatic to see my triumphant return. The door opens for me, slams shut as I'm yanked it before the chilly air can creep in with me. I stumble forward and finally collapse onto the couch into Olivia's weight and arms. The moment my butt hits the comforter, she spreads out the large blanket she has open and enshrouds me in the warm, scaly embrace. Can't let my personal heating rock lose its warmth. Appreciate it. Olivia nuzzles in the crook of my neck and wraps her tail around my waist, trying her best to warm me up. One would assume that a literal cold-blooded Surian would be a terrible way of warming up. Well, whoever they are, they're dead wrong. Setting the plastic bag on the floor, it begins getting passed around, and everyone removes their various goodies. In seconds, Damien's chugged his battery acid energy drink. That's what I needed. Set you up for another trip. Olivia signals to Vinny, who takes the empty bottle and pops it in the back of the head with it. Oh, Inko, while you're out, I finally thought of something. For our date? Yeah, you'll love it. It's knock, knock, knock. Olivia breath catches. The two of us wait in anticipation, and Randy gets the door, but we both know what it is already. Olivia, package for you. My head jostles to and fro, Olivia's excitement translating physically to her arms, quaking wildly around my collar. Settle down, settle down. Randy hefts the box containing her new wheelchair into the wheelchair parts into the living room and sets it in front of the TV. Want me to set it up for you? Actually, Olivia lifts herself off the couch, starts pushing the box, sliding it towards her room. Inko and I can do it. Alright. Olivia waves me over to join her as she pops the door open and pushes the heavy-looking box into her room. Come on, come on. What are you waiting for? Let's get it. We sit on the edge of the bed with a box before us. Olivia takes a deep breath and extends a single claw. With a single motion, slices the tape open, letting the box flaps loose. She starts picking up the individual parts, laying them around. While she does so, I pick out the instructions. Really? What? Come on, give me that. She takes the instructions, rips them into bits. Won't need that. I've had to fix my own chair since I was a kid. Why you? I break it, I fix it, simple as, and I broke it a lot when I was younger. Okay, curiosity piqued. How? Olivia turns with the biggest grin on her face. Ramp jumps. She doesn't elaborate, instead waddling over to her desk to retrieve a small hex key set. For the next 15 minutes, we begin to assemble the wheelchair. As it turns out, building this thing isn't as complex as I thought. Most of it's really just as simple as connecting A to B. There's an innuendo there. Well, you're finished now. The metal frame stands proud, missing everything needed to make it comfortable. like a seat. This bit connects to the handles here. All right. So we're gonna tell me about what were you gonna tell me about an idea that I'd love for a date? Oh yeah. Have you ever been to Hibachi Grill? I've heard of them. They're great. You gotta try it. You sit down table, right? In the middle of the table is a big flat top, and then the chef. Hand me the piece right there. Thanks. Well, then he comes out with a cart full of stuff that you ordered, and then once the grill gets hot, they start cooking the food right in front of you. Then they bring a whole new mean to playing with your food. Pretty sweet, right? By the way, that goes the other direction. Clink. Oops. Yeah, that honestly sounds pretty fun, Liv. Sounds like dinner and a show, but dinner is the show. I've been waiting to eat at the place for like years. Alright then, as soon as we finish, let's call for a table and go. Yes. Olivia's arm and tail wrap around me in a hug, her other hand preoccupied with adjusting the chair's seat to the perfect height. After attaching the armrest to the handle, I stand up in triumph of the fully built mobility chair. Well, I can safely say that your new wheelchair is completely by yours truly. You put the wheel on backward. See, if I sat in it, that would have crumpled and it would have killed me. Oh. She lightly taps me with one of the spare parts. Yeah, stop trying to kill me. Just to be safe, we're probably going to have to go back a few steps to make sure this thing was built correctly. Wonderful. Finally, it's done. Olivia inspects my work, nodding in approval, on occasion adjusting a few parts. Carefully, she moves herself from her bed into the seat. So how is it? Darn it, my legs still don't work. Yeah, you did good. Feels just like the old one. Great job, Inky. Phew. Don't sigh yet, the night's just getting started. Her tail slithers around my wrist, inviting me to take the wheel. You ready? Yeah, I'll be cold. I'll be fine, I got a personal furnace with me. Moon sliver irises turn to half-lidded, let me know that my real role in Olivia's life is now. Furnace? Not something sweeter like heated blanket or comforter? Yeah, no, I say that when my aunt and uncle would be giving me the talk all over again. Before we knew it, we're admiring passing buildings as our rail car races towards the city. One thing we noticed were the Christmas lights tangled about inside the metro, which gave it a much cozier vibe. As we near the concrete jungle, even the streetlights and buildings glow infested with holiday cheer. I can only imagine what this place will look like in coming days. Definitely coming back later with Olivia along with my camera. After a bit of walking and sightseeing, we arrive in the city's Japanese district, Little Trodon. As eager as I am to look around and immerse myself into the surroundings, Olivia's appetite for hibachi outranks it. You can always check it out later anyways. Heading inside, there's a distinct scent in the air that enters my nose. I can't pinpoint what it exactly smells like, but the word aromatic comes to mind. Konnichiwa, welcome, a table for two, I presume. Yeah, we called earlier for a reservation. The waitress takes a moment to look at the tablet placed in front of her. Oh yes, table for Mr. Nito and guests, follow me. She grabs us a menu and leads us to the main dining area. As we're guided through the restaurant, I take in the interior design, seeing various set pieces, decor, portraits of famous actors posing with who I assume is the owner. Entering into the main dining area, the sound of lively conversation, god damn it, floods my ears, as does the savory fragrance of the food being cooked for all the other patrons. Just as Olivia said, each table had a grill in the center where a chef was chopping, dicing, and slicing. I can feel my mouth filling up with drool with each passing moment. I finally reach our table where another party occupies the remaining seats. Enjoy. So how would you... My hand weighs over Olivia around her chair's handlebars. She seems to understand what I'm about to entail because without a word, she effortlessly holsters herself out of her wheelchair onto the dining chair. I fold the wheelchair, place it by a nearby wall, and sit myself next to her. Nice. So how are you feeling so far, Liv? Olivia smiles, letting her cold fingers splay out near the grill before us. Tara curls up over the counter to join them. I join her for a few seconds, warming my knuckles. I already like this place. It's a combo of a show and a diner and a sauna. I reach for the menu that sits between us. Let's see. You already know what you want to get? Sushi. They got the good stuff here. She points to something on the menu I don't have hope of ever pronouncing. Nevertheless, it looks appetizing. What about you? I'm thinking something warm and filling. Oh, what about this dish then? She points to the specialty dish titled Troodon Delight. No, I want chicken yakisoba noodles. Chicken breast, hibachi steak, colossal shrimp, lightly seasoned and grilled. Kind of like a variety dish. Sounds good enough. At variety, an idea overcomes me, and I scan the menu thoroughly. The section in particular takes up nearly the entire page. It's something I recalled from the school of foodie blogs I've read. Why don't we try all the appetizers? What? Laying the menu flat before the appetizer page, her eyes widen at how many choices there are. Yeah, like, we should sample everything and see which is best. That'd be really expensive, though, right? It would. Each plate costs over 15 bucks. But consider the experience. I can see her practically salivating as she looks at the page. How about half? It'd still be around 7 plates, but I'm sure I can cover that much. Okay. She cuts me off before I can cheer, but not all at once. I want to appreciate the show too. 2 dishes at a time. It's a weak concession, and I already figured Olivia's plan to fill up early to save my bank account. Sure, so which do you? We debate which appetizers to pick and start with. Our choice is now mingling with the rest of the ambience as we wait to order. By the time somebody comes around, we've compiled a list of the most appealing sounding options. Eventually, a chef approaches our table with a large fork and blade in hand, scraping the two together in a theatrical manner before greeting us and heating up the stove. Uses a nearby counter of oil, god damn it, to cover the cooking service in shape of a smiley face before setting the assortment on fire, spreading it across the stove with a blade. Second staff member drops a cart off filled with uncooked meats, veggies that will soon become our dinner. With his ingredients ready, the chef starts his performance, expertly spinning his razor-sharp utensils with a grin on his face. Vegetables dissect, explosive minifigures. Meat sizzle, flip, thrown through the air. Fish and shrimp sliced and juggled around the chef without even looking. Even as we were served up or starting orders, we were entirely too focused on the master chef. Olivia is completely enthralled by the performance. Not that she's the only one. The dexterity and skill the chef has with our food isn't like anything I've seen at a high-class restaurant when my parents dragged me to. After a minute or two watching the chef's culinary showmanship, the couple besides us receive their food. He eases over a step to now stand before Olivia and I, his eyes carefully scanning a tiny scrap of paper before nodding. Konbana, my hungry looking friends. Oh, I'm definitely hungry. Looking at her eyes, looking at her. Olivia's eyes are the size of her plate. Her lips are trembling over her smile and her chopsticks creak within her fingers. Her first time here, I assume. Mine too. Hi. New friends to our lovely little city. Allow me to give you a proper vocabulary welcome. Before I can tell them we aren't tourists, the cook sets up a pre-peeled onion on the grill. With sharpened spatula and tongs, the onion is cut perfectly and its ring stacked in a neat cone. Then he raises it. Oh, it's gonna be the volcano. Fills up a bottle of clear liquid and boosh. I reel back in my sun heat erupting from the onion kino, fingers tapping just above my eyes. Oh shit, my eyebrows. Finally, you're fine. Confusing the few bits of hair I actually have are still there, the chef laughs and slides the onion creation around. Warm enough of a welcome? Quite. He laughs as the onions are added on to our appetizer plate, a sample of various garnished bits of meat. Olivia's quick to take a still sizzling piece of steak and chomp on it, chewing on it as her eyes water from the heat of it. The chef notices and uses his spatula to slide Olivia's glass of water closer to her, which he uses to quickly cool her tongue. I'm happy to see you so eager to enjoy my cooking, but a good meal is best savored slowly. My hand rubs Olivia's back in comfort, but she smiles and reaches for another cut of steak. Totally worth it. One by one, more of our appetizers are given to us. While I would normally go into detail about each one unique flavors, how it affects my palate, only one thing comes to mind. It's freaking delicious. Olivia seems to have the same sentiment, currently scarfing down the rest of her salmon rolls. Any couples here tonight? For a moment, I glanced at the girl beside me, enjoying her little moment as she chows down her food. We are. Well, it's the holiday season, which means the chef hovers his prongs over our heads with something green placed on it, saying, "It's mistletoe." Twist between the gentleman and wani girl, yes? Tender. Lingering pleasantness fills my heart as chef tosses the mistletoe on the steak, revealing the true identity as a garnish. Hey, what does wani mean? It means gator. Oh. I guess I do look like a gator. Yeah. I'm always thinking thinking of you as the green gator girl. Really? But as opposed to the green Baranox girl? You see Damien and refer to him as the red Dilophosaurus guy? Hey, I'm Inko. Wow, I just heard noise. Crane my head towards the direction of the pink Dilophosaurus and the blue Aphrodite. I get it. Good. Everyone, I just met a Triceratops, in fact. I meet too. Shut up. I use my chopsticks to fling an onion over at her. She definitely chops at it in the air. Okay. You ordered the scallions. Ooh, that was us. With one last bite of shrimp, we finished our meal. The chef spins his utensils to give us a bow, bidding us a wonderful evening. I managed to slip him a generous tip as thanks for his hospitality. As the waitress hands me the bill, she asks if I'd like complimentary ice cream, which Olivia happily accepts. Some dessert sounds good, why not? It's not long until we're cutting open sweet, flaky shells of fried cake batter to get to the cool, tasty ice cream cores of our deep-fried ice cream. Cold be damned, I need something sweet to cap that off. Actually, we'll be right for a while, I got an idea. Alright. Trust me, I'll be right back. There's a general store across. Excellent. I cross, hoping they have what I have in mind. I'm back. Your ice cream's starting to melt. I was considering eating it. Rude. After I went out there to get these for you. I hand her the plastic bag. Pocket warmers. How considerate of you. She stuffs them in the pocket of her hoodie, cranking them to start the heating. Cracking them. Yeah, that's the right word there. I grab her wheelchair and unfold it next to her, offering a hand to help her into it. There's still a whole city out there. Want to go see it? She takes my hand, interlocking her fingers between my own. Absolutely. Back outside, I finished the last of my dessert and let out a sigh of satisfaction. That was delicious. Couldn't agree more, though I'm not sure how fond I am of having the smell of hibachi on my clothes. Better than the cologne you always use. You notice that? Her head suddenly turns away, focusing instead on the open-air market in the distance. Well, we're in Little Troda. The weather makes foot traffic non-existent. The town is ours. Where do you want to go first? She looks positively giddy, looking around the stores, looking for the best place to start. That way, I got a good feeling about it. With Olivia as my guide, we make our way towards the shopping center. Man, as if the main part of the city's holiday lighting wasn't captivating already, Little Trodan is just as whimsical. Fairy lights wrap around the street lamps while paper lanterns hang along the streets, illuminating our path in reddish hue. Holiday cheer and cultural tradition mesh perfectly together. We're here. Here looking to be some kind of Arabian bazaar from a movie, except built into a building. There's walls and even a ceiling, though the ceiling is plastic and semi-transparent. But the walls are cut into with cheap canopies, jutting from the tops of the openings, and so many colorful knickknacks hanging from them, and over tables equally filled to bursting with a plethora of items. Every other stall I see, a seller stationed right next to cheap heater, waving and shouting at anyone who passes by. While the streets had looked devoid of people, the shopping center was packed to the brim. That's the one. The one. I just know it. Lead the way. As we get closer, I can't help but notice the variety of interesting items being sold. Cheap-looking toys that light up and make music, t-shirts with various decals and vulgar jokes, and jade jewelry that looks like it was handmade this morning. All of which have signs of marking their prices that frankly reflect their quality very poorly. Further down the shopping center, we reach a section of indoor market that looks almost like a convenience store. Shelves upon shelves of exotic produce are placed along the wall, in the center showing snacks and candies with ineligible signs and cutesy mascots. The ceilings, now covered in greenery, more paper lanterns and banners adoring more Japanese text. Olivia's eyes light up with the glee upon seeing a wide array of oriental goodies. You know, let's make this our Christmas shopping. She nods and grins, and we start scanning each stall slowly. Immediately, I'm drawn to one that's successfully vibrant from all the toys on show. Some of the plastic figures are even making noises, though there's a certain rattiness to them. Still, I'm sure I can find something for Vinny. Recalling our first meeting, I looked for any Power Raptor figure I could find on the table. Aha. Picking up a package figure, I wave Olivia over from her sugary treat hunting. Think Vinny will like this? She quirks an eyebrow briefly and then gives me the flattest stare I've ever seen. No. Why not? Inko, that's such a shitty bootleg. Like, it's not even named right. I look at the package of the small green figure. Powerful Raptorials. Huh. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is cheap knockoffs. If you want good stuff, you gotta look in the back. The back? She rolls her eyes but motions me to follow. Olivia wheels herself past the table, deeper into the stall, and the first thing I notice is how there's even more boxes of toys along the wall. And opposite of that wall is a lot of swords, knives, and other pointy lethal things. Instead of looking at the toy wall, Olivia's eyes are glued to the weapon rack. I don't think Sophia would approve. Oh, yeah, no. It takes colossal effort on her part to turn herself around. Partially from how cramped the space is, but mainly her eyes lingered on a particular sword on the shelf. Looking closer, it looks like the one from the show we just watched. Neat. Nah, Sophie wouldn't approve. It doesn't take long for Olivia to pick out a pair of toys to gift Damien's younger brother. But I don't think wooden weaponry counts as toys. Our purchases were made, we moved on to the next person of our list. We ventured through the halls deliberately, showing ideas back and forth on ideas the rest of the panes. I was astonished to find a jacket close in design to mine, but a fraction of the price and just the right size for Damien. And Olivia pointed out a neat little statue of an insect carved out of amber. She said it'd be perfect for Randy, so it's added. That left, Sophia and Olivia had brought us to a stall filled with textile materials. I didn't know she was a seamstress, but Olivia explained that's one of her favorite hobbies. Not knowing much on the matter, I let Olivia go and talk to the shopkeeper about what she was looking to buy, while I stayed close to the front. Near the cash register, I spot one of those tiny novelty prize dispensers. Ooh, we're gonna do some gotcha. One in particular catches my eye. Looks like a variation of whack-a-mole featuring little alligator heads. They're cute. She would love one of these. Oh, is it the fishy game? I turn the crank and get a spherical capsule in exchange. What you getting? Olivia, got this for you. Oh. Place a little toy in her hand. She brings it closer to examine. Look, you can bop it with a little hammer. Bap. Bop. I know just the place for it. It's going right in my little treasure hoard. The thought brings a smile to my face. Did you find what you're looking for? Yep. She pulls out a few colorful bottles from her chair's compartment. These babies will look great on canvas. They had just the colors I needed. Oh, how's it different from regular paint? It just is. But it just is. Okay. Also got Auntie a roll of faux fur silk. She's always wanted to work with silk. Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't understand. There's paint from Michael's and then there's paint from the Asian market. It's different. It's got lead in it. An hour later, we just about seen everything. Looks like it's just time to go. All the friendlier stalls are starting to close down. I don't want to get caught in the tight alleyways in the city after dark, so Olivia and I call it a night and start heading back to the metro station. We make one last turn to come to an entrance, and whoa! It's a large circular clearing and the widest space I've seen around here. Probably meant for performers and such. The center is a huge Christmas tree with colorful strings of lights connecting it to the surrounding stalls. How did we miss this coming in? Whoa. We both have to crane our necks to see the star on top. It looks mosaic, each panel a different color to create a star within a wreath. The entirety of a glow from a singular light source from within. Their colored lights bounce off as we approach. They color Olivia's snout in red, blue, purples, even some vibrant greens. Even her breath coming out as vapor is lit up in the part of the Christmas tree. For a moment, we stare at the tree in silence. All I can hear is the subtle ambience of our surroundings. It's serene. Was this a nice break? Yeah. But you know me, I'm itching to get back into it. We look back up at the tree. It's bright. Merry Christmas, Olivia. Christmas is until another few weeks. I know, just felt like saying it. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Olivia's hand finds mine, our fingers intertwining slowly, our palms pressed warmly together. She doesn't speak, but her eyes convey so much. Carefully, I set down our shopping bags and take a knee beside her. She leans over the chair's armrest, bringing her head close until she can rest her chin on my shoulder. I can feel her lips move in a silent whisper as she nuzzles against me gently. A smile comes to my face as she mouths her appreciation for our first official date. Following her example, I lean my head against hers. Her jaw moves, but no words come out. After all, we don't want to disrupt the peaceful silence. But still, I know Olivia understands my wordless thanks as I feel her lips quirk into a smile. We stayed pressed together for some time. At least, until my knees couldn't bear the stone floor. Allowing the comfortable silence to continue, I stand up so they take us back to the station. The ride home, we're lucky enough to get the whole train to ourselves. Olivia huddles close to the whole way back. It's officially winter in Volcadra Bluffs. As it is to celebrate the occasion, tonight St. Hammond's Winter Formal. Hard to believe it's already here. It really crept up on me. Whenever I'd remember the event coming up, I just forced it out of my mind. Whole thing has me anxious. It's like a date, but on a whole new level, like there's formality to it. Better not mess this up. It's the big night for myself and Olivia. I'm at her place, and she sits beside me on the bed, hard-working, finishing the painting. I hold her other hand while she carefully brushes. On occasion, Olivia nervously glances at the clock. Each tick is another second, possibly wasted. She's working really hard down to the wire. That's not to say she'd let the deadline creep up on her, of course, quite the opposite. Every day after school and until bedtime, she's been working hard. And now it just needs the finishing touches. She was so anxious today, just completely beside herself, pestering me during lunch and throughout our classes together about how she wants to finish right away, to the point that I had to talk her out of ditching class. She settled for dragging me back to her place the split second class ended. Good thing I thought ahead and brought my formal clothes the night before. Brand new mauve blazer by Jacquard Baronoc. Freshly tailored slacks pressed to perfection, and polished black leather dress boots to give myself a little extra height. Tiny, errant flakes of paint jump off the canvas beside me. Each one gives me a little mini heart attack. She told me not to, but I could probably sneak a glance out of the corner of my sunglasses. I try to peek. Claude gently flicks my neck, followed by a little growl. No peeking. Come on, you said you needed me here for support, and I can't even see it. No peek, just sit. Sit and watch peak fiction. She gestures to the TV and set up to play Manic as a background noise. You think you'll finish in time? Absolutely. Careful not to wear out your fingers. I can make it, I just need you here. Just being here was enough of support. Though her tail would slither its way to me. It, along with guts, occupied my lap, with the actual support became evident as my hand ran over the scale and fur, eliciting cooing noises of comfort from my girlfriend and her pet. Really, I felt more like a glorified pet sitter watching over the oddest friendship between a snake and a rat. But it was part of my process. It was part of her process. For this, so I obliged, content to see the Dawkins tribute in time. Plus, Olivia really did have good taste in shows. I'm a little disappointed I won't be able to get to finish this one. Alas, we have more important matters. Okay. I think I'm ready. She holds up a finger to my lips, appraising her work, scanning for any... Yes, this is it. Can I see? Not yet. Needs to dry. But I need to wash up for a big date. She holds out her arms, absolutely smothered with purples and blues. And get changed. So, out. Well, I'm being kicked to the streets, no longer useful. Darn right, go mingle with the plebeians for a while. I squeeze her hand and get up from the bed. Come on, I want to show you my dress. Alright. 'Tis the season to be jolly, and the Payne's place lives up to the same. It looks the exact same, I don't see anything different. From floor to roof, the house is decked out for the holidays, completely changing this atmosphere. Warm, nostalgic, inviting, comforting. Even outside, the house is adorned with an array of colorful Christmas lights. The rest of the Paynes and Liz are lounging in the living room. Hey everyone. Inko, it's true you ordered a... Shh. Pretty sure it's supposed to be a surprise for her. Oh, my bad. Thanks again for covering most of it. Inko, it's pretty exciting to get one of those. Oh, we got a limo. Yeah, Olivia's gonna love it. Though I can't help but feel like we should have pitched in more. Oh, don't worry about it. It was my idea. Nice jacket, by the way. Why, thank you. Just then, Damien takes a seat next to Liz, casually slinging an arm around her. Yep. Damien looks my way, flickering his eyebrows in a smug, toothy grin. He knows he's won. With suave moves like that, I should keep him in mind to use on Olivia. Sophia looks like she's about ready to burst with excitement. She can't hold it in any longer. Oh, my little boy's growing up to be a big man. Mom. Now, son. It's every parent's God-given right to tease their kids. One day you'll be doing the same. Yippee. You guys are gonna be like this all night? Where's Vinny when you need him? I don't want your little brother being left out and having fun tonight, so he's having a big sleepover with his karate team. And let's be fair, I don't want to risk that little rascal accidentally making a mess of anyone's outfits. As much as I love the little guy, the last thing I'd want is an acid damaging my evening gown. You know, I think come down with something. Stop it, you. For the next couple of minutes, we simply relax and wait for Olivia. Well, Damien and I relax. With the way he has his arm around Liz's waist, the blush begins to steadily grow from her cheeks down her neck. Kind of reminds me of an upside-down thermometer. Damien scooches her closer to him, uses his other hand to guide her flustered face towards his. He leans in and seemingly whispers something in her ear, and whatever it is, makes the lizometer hit 1,000 degrees with an alerted yelp. His parents are grinning ear from ear as she squirms at their gaze. Despite the embarrassment radiating off of her like a fireplace, I don't feel too bad for her. Pretty sure this is what she wants. But what the heck did Damien say to her? More so, is he doing it on purpose? Why are y'all looking at the giant licorice whip? A scratchy voice draws my attention. I turn to see. Kapow. I'm genuinely floored. The dress, the accessories, the makeup. Elegance springs to mind. Regal, too. But what escapes my lips is beautiful. The others are also complimenting her, but she pays them no mind. She's only looking at me, as I am her. Bashfully, Olivia looks away at last, and I clear my throat. My cheeks feel exceptionally warm, and Olivia's practically aglow. You look beautiful, Olivia. Thanks. Auntie Sophia helped me with the dress. She twirls her chair about, allowing me to take in all the angles. Oh, please, Olivia, you worked on that dress, too. Only with fitting, Annie. Her twirling finally stops so she can bring her chair closer to me. I find myself on one knee, hands and arms, helping to ease her from her wheelchair and onto the couch. It's been second nature for a while. Olivia settled nicely there. I retake my spot just beside her. A satin-gloved hand finds its place in my palm, and Olivia's head leans lightly against my shoulder. As I feel as though my face is aflame with heat, yet I don't mind it as the girl beside me presses closer. Now, don't get cozy, you two. The ride formal should be getting here any minute. Aren't we taking Liz's car? I wouldn't mind, but these clothes, nuh-uh. Inko thought of a better idea. We all pitched in, though. Olivia's looking at me now, squinting ever so slightly with scrutiny. What did you do? Well, honk honk. I did that. Damien and Liz are already moving towards the door. I get up, take hold of Olivia's wheelchair, stabilizing it for her. Inko, what? Good night, Randy. Sophia, I'll have her home tomorrow morning. Inko. Have fun, you two. Don't do anything we wouldn't. Randy. Olivia's head is still turning wildly between all of us as I wheel her to the open front door. To get her head finally still, I'm sure her eyes are wide as saucer as she sees what's parked in front of the house. Figured for such a big night, we deserve a ride in style. What about the tomorrow morning bit? Oh, we're gonna hang out at my place after. Is that why I'm missing my favorite PJs? Limousine driver is already at the passenger door, holding it open for us. I gently push the wheelchair towards the vehicle as she continues to stare at it in awestruck silence. Okay. Alright, this is... If I may, you may. I carefully take the painting from her with both hands and place it against the back seat. Once Olivia is satisfied, it's her turn. Oh wow, it looks even nicer than the website. Hey Inky, the bar's free game, right? I throw Damien a thumbs up. It's all paid for, amigo, with a little help of Liz, of course. Awesome. Damien's already pulled 2 glasses of cola from the tiny fridge. His pop. Using his tooth like that was impressive, not gonna lie. He cracks open a second one with relative for you. He gestures with his bottle if I'd like some. Sure. Careful you don't spill on the painting. Even if a drop lands on it, I'll murder you. Of course, can I see it? No. No one sees it until it's up in the memorial room. I promised myself that. Whoa, you made it without even looking at it? She did. Wow. Shut up, both of you. I lean back into plush seating, letting my arm rest gently over Olivia's shoulder. She leans her head into my shoulder in response, a low coo escaping from her breath. The skyline of Volcaldra is painted in an evening glow. We relax in the low rumbling of asphalt on rubber. Christmas lights dance and flicker across the face of buildings, turning what would normally be a bland color palette into something more vibrant. The whole ride there, we shared drinks, stories of the past semester. It's like the party's already started. I've heard they got a big name disc jockey this year. I can't wait to dance. I'm dying to check out the buffet they've been posting about on the website. I didn't know you checked that. Special occasion, they got everything tonight, man, you name it. Burgers, pasta, steak, tacos, cake, and even those yummy leaves for Liz. Glad you thought of me. I'll be gunning for the buffet room first thing. You guys will be joining us for dinner, right? Maybe, but first, we'll get this painting on display as soon as possible. Thanks for helping me do this. I smile and squeeze Olivia's hand. She squeezes back. The shining moment finally comes as our limousine pulls into the open carport in front of the venue, drawing the attention of the crowd. We wait for another minute or so in anticipation before the passenger door opens wide. Taking initiative, I step out in the open as the driver sets the wheelchair up with a flourish. Our ride makes a great set piece and naturally draws the attention of everyone nearby as they ease Olivia into her chair gently. Whoa, is that Inko and Olivia? Her dress looks amazing. Man comes in a whole ass limo and I get here in my beat up wagon. Olivia smiling nervously while she carefully removes the painting from the back seat. I forget sometimes not everyone is so acclimated to this sort of attention. Have a good evening, sirs and madams. I thank the driver before we make our way to the entrance. A decorative red carpet stretches from the driveway right into the venue, giving our walk inside a sense of glamour. We approach the sign and table where a sizable line of other partygoers look our way. Figures. Oh, I'm an organizer. With the painting for the memorial, you are too, sorta. What's that mean? It means we can just waltz right in. Sweet. Circumnavigating the line, we see a familiar blue dino handling the sign-in and looking exceptionally exhausted. Good. Though he smiles as usual when he sees us, his shifting eyes and rapid finger tapping indicate otherwise. Oh, hey you guys, you made it. And in a limo, no less. Got travel in style. Couldn't agree more. Ben then makes eye contact with Olivia, and it's nice to see you up and about again, Olivia. I mean, crap, I didn't mean it like that. Hey, Ben. The tired teen double takes, clearly surprised that Olivia's actually replied to him at all. Damien takes the moment to scribble a bit on the clipboard Ben was holding. Alright, we're signing. Come on, Liz. Oh, dear. Be seeing you guys. Whoop. Ben clears his throat as though to dislodge the shock clogging his airway from Olivia speaking to him for once. How you been? I'm holding together. I feel like making this helped. Would have liked for Mr. Ladawkin to see this, but her snout motions down to the frame. She's clutching tightly too. A heavy breath escapes Ben and his shoulders sag. He sucks back in that breast squaring his shoulders. I'm sure he's happy with it already. Olivia. My date looks down at her lap, eyes shut tight. But she has a soft smile and nods. Well, gotta keep the line moving. Don't want everyone waiting in the cold. Right. And Olivia, sign in, hand it back to Ben. Great, you're all set. Thanks, Ben. Enjoy the night. Shut up, Ben. The memorial room is probably one of the sides. She's probably giving us a map. Won't be that hard to find. Olivia smirks as I take the heat, letting her hold the covered heart piece closely. As predicted, the memorial room isn't hard to find. It's a smaller room, well lit, and with little furniture. On the far end, a framed picture of Adakin and some of his old pictures from his classroom. Some from him, some from his students. There's a few other students here paying their respects. Olivia taps my wrist with her tail and I let go. I walk alongside her as we approach the portrait. I wonder when this was taken. It couldn't have been that long ago. It looks like he did earlier this year. Olivia rolls up to the memorial, still clutching the covered art piece. Is there an easel around or something? I was told there'd be one. Oh. There's an adjustable hanger on the wall with bits attached to the painting hanging in the little baggie. Wow, they thought of everything. Yeah. Can you put the hangers on? I'll hold it steady. Sure. I get the baggie and Olivia stands the painting on her legs. Alright, take the covering off gently. Olivia watches carefully as I lift the cover from this angle. I can't make anything out other than the same blues and purples. She breathes a sigh of relief when she sees nothing got damaged on the trip. Okay, I fasten the hangers to the back of the wooden structure. I hope it's good enough. It will be. Done. Olivia raises the painting, carefully hanging it up on the wall like it could come off any second. Finally, we both back away, and the finished painting is revealed to me. My hand clasps Olivia's shoulder in support. Olivia's head turns down towards the floor for a few minutes before a smile curls on her face. Finally, I can appreciate the painting fully. It's definitely the fountain, as well as the park we found it at. But the colors are brilliant, exuding a heat, the warm colors Olivia's used in the past. Where her previous works always had a dreamlike quality to them, this one brings the warmth of the sun to mind, as if you're basking under the sun's light during the summer. Do you like it? Do you? I do. I'm proud of it. I was going to say something about how my opinion wouldn't matter if you did, but that's a better answer, and I'm also proud of it. It's beautiful. You knocked it completely out of the park. I think we did. We? Yeah, without you, I didn't know if I could have finished it. Silver gray irises turn from the new painting and focus entirely at the portrait in the center of the display. While the sounds of the dance are in the background, the pervading silence within the room overshadows it. Olivia's gloved hand covers mine, still on her shoulder. Standing before her teacher's mural, I bow my head and offer him a quiet thoughts. Thanking him for teaching me, for being more than a teacher but a friend, and for looking after the girl I fell in love with. When my eyes open, I see that Olivia's head is still bowed and forward. A singular droplet seeps from the corner of her eye. I gently wipe it away before it can possibly drip onto her dress. She smiles in gratitude after her eyes reopen. Olivia? I'm okay. Automatically following her as she spins her chair around, Olivia faces towards the door. Come on, we gotta get to the buffet. Why? I'm sure they'll have enough. Damien's gonna steal all the good stuff. She turns her wry smile my way and speeds up her wheeling. I doubt Damien could, but I can imagine him trying. Olivia becomes a veritable plow, uncaring for the other partygoers as she leads us to the buffet. It's not too far, and thankfully no one ended up actually being run down by her. And for all the sour looks she was receiving, Olivia didn't care. Her attention was focused solely on what laid before her. The cafeteria isn't far away. Tables line the area, some for eating, seating, and others containing food. It smells so good. I've already grabbed a pair of trays from nearby, along with 2 sets of utensils. Olivia motions to take her seat, but I shake my head. Let me handle the food. Why? So you can actually move. You'd be putting your dress at risk trying to hold the tray, keeping with the line. The roll of her eyes and a sigh, Olivia's hand drops to her armrest. Fine. Olivia draws herself out of the line, scooping up particular dishes that she wanted. By the time I got to the end, Olivia's tray was covered with heaps of grilled meat. I decided a more eclectic sampling of dishes. I wanted to savor in my meal as opposed to Olivia's pan to devour hers. She holds our meal while I push her ahead to hunt down a table. Thankfully, the search is short. This particular red hand waves for us in the near distance. Once we get situated at the table, Damien greets us with a sauce-stained grin. The two look happy yet exhausted. Having fun? You know it, just stopped by a few seconds. Busting a move ain't easy. Seconds already? I told you. If we got here any later, cafeteria would be closed. I'm not even going to question how you eat so much and still move around the way you do on the dance floor. It's all in the method. Oh, please. You two plan on hitting the floor? Absolutely, I'm getting a dance tonight out of this guy. You say that as if I'd even consider turning you down. Damien's eyes closed for a moment in thought. Feels like I forget. Oh, your painting. Did you set it up? Yeah, I hung it up in the memorial room. You can see it now. Really? Hold on. It looks really good. Thanks. All words finally said, Olivia and I start on our meals. While I savor the tender meat of my steak, a deep vibrato reverberates in my ribcage. I see you all enjoying the evening. We all turn to see Liz's uncle approaching. Damien smiles and waves, but I notice how he scooted his chair away from Liz. The older man finally reaches us, pulls up a chair to sit down. Yeah, Damien's been so sweet, Uncle Mike. The mustachioed whale nods, smiling at Liz's date. Yeah, totally, just nothing but fun, Mr. Ferris, sir. It's the first time I've heard a fake laugh from Damien. I didn't know you'd be chaperoning, Mr. Ferris. Well, of course I would be. After all, this is my darling niece's first proper date. I'm starting to feel bad for Damien as I watch him sink lower in his seat. Though Liz does come to his rescue. Uncle Mike. The older man laughs as he fends off his niece's attempt to headbutt him with his massive hand. I'm not being serious, Lisbeth. Mind your head. Liz relents, scooting herself right next to her date and wrapping him in a huge hug. Damien sputters and looks between the two family members. Oh, by the way, Olivia, I just visited the memorial with Miss Gaylor and saw your latest piece. Olivia pauses, last bite of mallard. It's quite the work, Miss Halford. Olivia's tail reaches up, and Giddy shakes my hand around. Thank you, Mr. Ferris. In fact, when your principal saw it, she immediately wanted to showcase it at the St. Hammond's Gala, specifically where Dreamscape once was. Oh. It's your painting, so it's up to you. I figured I'd come and let you know before you try to take it later tonight. Olivia ponders it for a while. Her fork spears at a particular slippery piece of greasy bird. I don't mind, but I'd like to take it with me when I graduate. Mr. Ferris nods, taking a small notebook from his pocket, writing something onto it. Of course, Olivia. How's the brisket? I may spring for some when I get around to dinner. Try the roast duck as well. It's amazing. I think I will. Have a wonderful night. He starts to turn but stops to look at Damien. He stares. Damien nods his way, and with that, Mr. Ferris leaves us to our meal. I'm by no means a fast eater, but I managed to finish my meal before Olivia finishes hers. I lean back in my chair, stretching my arms back. Across the ballroom, I see Ben heading behind the curtain on stage. Say, that reminds me. Hey, Olivia. Finish what's in your mouth. What? Has Ben talked to you recently? No. When we saw him earlier, that was the first time I talked to him in years. Weird. What's so weird about it? He told me weeks ago he wanted to apologize to you for everything. I said he should do it to himself, to you himself. He said he would, and it hasn't happened. Maybe he forgot. He's been very busy. Well, we got some time, right? Why not go say hi? Olivia finishes off her last rib on her plate, gnawing at it as she calculates this decision internally. Alright, I guess. If you think it's a good idea. You guys go ahead, I'm about to get back to breaking it down. How about you, Liz? Don't want me to tire you out? I can go a little longer, yeah. I'm here to party the night away. I collect our plates and quickly walk them to the collection spot. Olivia's moved to the side, freeing the table for another group to take it. Taking her chair's handlebars, I take us around the dance floor. We can clearly see Liz as we pass it, though Damien's hidden by the press of bodies. Her face and neck are once again scarlet. Geez, I wonder what Damien's doing to elicit that look for her. Once we pass the crowded area of the room, I see a solitary set of double doors at the stage's side. That must lead to the backstage area. He should be there. Only one way to find out. Olivia's hand grasps the door handle and I draw her chair back to open it. Reaching over her, I keep the door open so she can wheel herself in. Inside the backstage area, it's a lot quieter. Despite the DJ blasting music just a few yards away, the curtains must be thick. Well, and the speakers aren't facing us anymore. A few lights are on so the staff can see, although barely anyone's around at the moment. Across the way, sitting on a crate and swirling a glass of soda, is Ben. He doesn't notice our approach and jumps when he sees us. What are you two doing back here? This place is off limits. Olivia and I wanted to say hey, check in on you. Okay. Hey. This place is still off limits. Right now, I'm only on break I get all night. You said you and Olivia wanted to see me? I don't want to hold a grudge anymore. Well, what? He puts his cup down, steadily more attentive. That's surprising. I told her about our conversation from a month ago. She said you never went to see her, so I got curious. Oh yeah, I did. I said I would, didn't I? Sorry, I forgot. Been busy. Alright, let me gather my thoughts. Ben runs his hands through his hair, thinking of how to string words together. Olivia, I'm sorry about all those years ago. I thought I was doing something to help you out. Instead, it pushed us apart and hurt you. Maybe you doubt yourself, maybe you feel cornered, so you felt you had no choice but to shut everyone else out. I didn't know it would affect you that much, and I've been regretting it for years. I'm sorry. Behind the muffled beats playing, just behind the curtain, a silence hangs in the air. Thanks, Ben. It means a lot to hear it from you. I still want to ask why. Why? Why did you do it to begin with? Ben flinches and looks aside in hesitation. I felt bad for you, wanted to do something nice. And... No, and that's it. Dang. Sorry if the answer isn't satisfying. It's fine. I'm not sure what I was expecting either way. I just know it's well past time to forget about it. So, can we be friends again? No, fuck you, Ben. Yeah, there we go. Good job. Maybe sometime in the future, it's a lot to process, even this conversation happening for me. I get you. I thought we'd never be able to just talk it out like this. Yeah. Here, the steady march of heels approaching. Ah, it's bitch tits. I get worried for a second that it's staff here to kick us out, but it's Mia. There you are. Good Lord, Ben, I've been looking everywhere for you. You've been lazying here the whole time. I'm out here looking like a chump with no date. I told you already if you want your... Oh, you two. Mia. You're not mad about the... Well, of course not, don't be stupid. As far as we're concerned, it's water under the bridge. So, how you been? Make any new pictures lately, Olivia? I just finished a new one. It's hanging in the memorial room. I saw it. Looks good. How come mine didn't look like that? I'm joking. I'm joking. I haven't gotten a chance, unfortunately. Oh, it's great. I can hardly put in the words. It's a piece by Olivia. That goes without saying. An odd air of calmness settles on us. We just stand there in the low lighting of the backstage area. Even Mia seems to have fallen in the grass as she leans against the box. Ben is sitting nonchalantly. Well, only one semester left. Yep. Then we're all out into the real world. So we're all cool with each other? Sure. Stay out of my way and I'll stay out of yours. Deal? Deal. Great. Then we can cross the finish line without incident. You want to graduate without any more antagonism? That's what I've always wanted. Just other crap makes it the only option. I don't get it. I don't expect you to. Ben chugs the last of his drink. Well, this is nice, truly. Yeah, all right. We should get going, right, Olivia? You guys enjoy your night. Thanks. Be seeing you. See you, Ben. Ciao. Mia's okay, but Ben can still go fuck himself. I pushed Olivia out the backstage area and into the bright, loud ballroom. That went pretty good, honestly. I still, for obvious reasons, dislike that any of my friends are around Mia, but what can you do? That's just how life is. I've got the people I've got, and that's what matters. My chain of thought is broken by Olivia's tail tugging at my wrists. She doesn't respond verbally and simply pointing. Shocked, wide eyes are staring. Following her gaze, I see... Is that Mr. Ferris? Couldn't be. Then again, he's the only male in attendance. Well... Am I seeing things? Nope. I can't turn my eyes away. See Damien and Liz. Mr. Ferris is busting it down. Extremely hard. Like, genuinely worried for the dance floor hard. How is that even possible? Uncle Mike's actually an avid dancer. There's avid dancer, and then there's bringing that amount of heat to the floor. Did he always know how to? That? No, actually, this is the first time I've seen him dance like this. The crowd around Mr. Ferris has finally broken their silence, cheering him on as he thrashes the dance floor. I see now. Mr. Ferris finally got some swag. Can't help but feel some pride as I watch the older gentleman spin with reckless abandon on his head. I guess he's... Ow. Mr. pants and takes a knee, showing off his freaky well teeth with his gasping smile. Oh, that was exhilarating. Liz's head vanishes for a split second and returns with a pitcher of water. He accepts the pitcher, drinking greedily from it like it was just a mug. Oh, thanks, sweetie. That was awesome. You gotta teach me. Gladly, though not anytime soon. He practically collapses on the chair beside us, sipping the picture. Why don't you all take my spot? I left a sizable opening on the dance floor after all. So he did. All our peers are still in the middle of uploading their phone recordings of Mr. Ferris. And the music is still pumping. Once I start wheeling Olivia to the floor, her shock vanishes completely and switches to excitement. Damien and Liz aren't too far behind. Soon enough, we're among the throng of seniors dancing to the fast pulse of the music. I feel myself completely captured by it, most of the limbs flowing with the rhythm. Though I keep one arm Olivia's chair, causing her to also fall in my rhythm. We dance completely together, Olivia's arm and tail moving together with the swaying of her wheelchair while I dance alongside her. Song after song, that's the only measure of time I have left. That's all I care to do is move beside Olivia, sharing her overwhelming cheer as she moved beside me. At a certain point, my throat's too dry to ignore. Olivia caught me rubbing my throat and decided it was a good time to break. So we sat on the outskirts of the dance floor, resting against each other, catching our breath. Good night so far? Absolutely. Probably the best of my life. Nice. Of our life, my thoughts go back to the parties I'd gone to. I'd been dancing, talking with lots of people. When I compare all those to When I compare tonight to all those small house parties, too much? No, actually, I think you're right. Those have been the best nights of my life, too. I've gotten to do just about everything I was hoping. Everything? My chin rests atop her hair, sweet scented shampoo concentrated in her tiny hair bun, further relaxing me. Olivia's hand clings tightly to mine, and I reciprocate. You? There's just one more thing. Slow dance. After that, the party's going to be over. I feel her head turn, her bun pushing my cheek, making me pull away. Olivia looks wistfully towards the dance floor where the crowd is diminished, only couples swaying gently to and fro. She's clearly thinking about something. Something, right? I stand up, face her, taking both hands. Would you like to dance? Yes. Yes, please. That would be perfect. Olivia's practically jumps back into her wheelchair from the seat. Come on, come on. They're going to play a few sappy tracks. Kel drags me on the spot on the dance floor. Well done. I got this. Nope, nope, not that. There we go. All right, how are we going to do this? A hum of mirth slips through Olivia's smile as she takes my hands in her own and takes the lead of our dance. My date sways side to side within her chair, slowly falling into the gentle rhythm of the romantic music. Her grin grows wider as I match her pace, stepping left and right in tandem with Olivia. Her beautiful silver eyes almost hypnotic as I find myself lost in them. I feel as though I can linger in this moment for the rest of my life. It's Olivia's voice that dispels the trance she had over me. So, for the briefest moment, I hear the worry in her tone. This is good, right? I present her with my most reassuring look. Absolutely, Olivia. Olivia's eyes turn downward. Yes, but there's still hesitance in her voice. My fingers squeeze lightly to draw her eyes back to me. What's wrong? I've been practicing just for this. Yeah? Yeah, because I've been thinking about it a whole lot too. It's been bothering me that we can't really dance, you know? This is perfectly fine, Olivia. I mean, I want to do this the best it can be, without letting any dumb condition get in the way. And you do too, right? Except I don't mind one bit. We can't dance like everyone else, so what? We're still dancing. Olivia smiles, though it carries a hint of mischief. Trust me, alright? I want to show you something. She breaks away from my embrace. What? Keep your eyes on me. It's happening. She's doing it. It's our moment. It's all led to this. Fuck you, Ben. Get out of our moment. It's happening. You know, there's like one person in that crowd like, I knew that bitch was faking it. Look at her dance without her chair. Yeah. This was an adorable game. I'm glad I played it. Damn, I timed that music perfectly. All right. I'm exhausted. I'm thrilled. And I love her. She really went so far just for me. No, for us. I'm thankful I have these glasses. I feel pricks of tears at the corners of my eye. The final song ends and the light's broken once more. The crowd around us shifts. Some people are leaving, probably going home, but others take their place, looking towards the stage for whatever ending ceremony there might be. Ben approaches the mic stand on stage, leaning into the microphone after making sure it's on. Good evening, everyone. And thank you for all coming tonight to annual St. Hammond's Winter Formal. And a huge thanks to our student council team for putting this whole thing together. Hope everyone has made some memories they'll treasure forever. With that, our last dance, our time here is up. You're all free to go. Good night, stay safe, and enjoy your winter break. We'll be seeing you all next year. He waves once more and returns backstage. Some students start milling out towards the doors. Damien and Liz find us through the crowd. That was amazing out there. Thanks. You guys ready to bail? Yeah, the limo's out there, out front. We got him till midnight. Heck, we could stop somewhere if we wanted to. Oh, snap, like ice cream? In this weather? In any weather. Olivia? I'm steaming hot. I actually use a root beer float. Sounds like a plan. Olivia's tail trembles from the overexertion, but still snakes around my wrist as always. She huddles to herself as we leave behind the Grand Con Center and into the freezing air of the city. True to my word, the limo waits outside. Trimer gets out on seeing us and opens the door. Damien and Liz hop in, sign of relief at the heated seating. I start helping Olivia in. Just like that, her tail, her legs are squeaking from exhaustion. We all collapse in the cozy seats. The euphoria from the dance finally wearing off and leaving us with just exertions of them. It's a pleasant soreness, though, as Olivia rests against me with a yawn and tired smile. Damien hands out the last bottles of blissfully cool soda. And now all that awaits is a calm evening with my friends. Once more, my head lays atop Olivia's. Feeling her soft hair trickle my cheek pleasantly. She nuzzles back against me, her eyes slowly closing. Tonight was definitely the best night of my life. Wait, wasn't I supposed to give a speech? What? I swear I was supposed to give a speech for Ladokin. Ben was gonna do one. I had something ready. Oh yeah. We tried to argue for the extra time, the venue owners for it, but they wouldn't budge, so we just had to cut the rest of the formal short. I checked my phone, 9:53. Is something up? Maybe. But we all got dismissed anyways. You guys go check it out if you want. I'll chill here. Should we? Olivia looks back to the entrance. Some people are still leaving, but I can see most are still inside, probably waiting for their rides. Yeah, I'm curious. Alright. Hey, don't start driving yet. Sorry, we're gonna be a little while. Forgot something. Of course, we'll be right here. Thanks. Olivia and I get back into the chair, and I push her back through the cold into the con center. Inside, my classmates are standing awkwardly around, calling their folks. I guess we'll have to find Ben again? Backstage? Maybe, let's check. As we pass through the crowd, Principal takes the stage. The mic isn't turned on. She annoyingly gestured to have it turned on and tries again. Excuse us, we have some technical difficulties at the moment. We should have one final event tonight. Our apologies for the confusion. Please wait while we get things organized. She's definitely annoyed. Something's up. With nobody looking, we slip back at the staff-only door. Now, where would Ben be? He's not back in the main backstage area. There's a few other workers walking around, dragging their dining room chairs into the neat stacks. They don't pay us any mind. Best not to push our luck and ask where Ben is. Maybe he already left. Doesn't sound like him. Where is he? There's a number of storage rooms, but no dice. Olivia points to the last door in the back. It looks like the memorial room, only a few in the back. There's a few tables and a fridge. It must be the lounge, and it's occupied. Thankfully, we found Ben, though it seems like he's being accosted by Mia. Doesn't seem like she noticed us and looms over Ben. This is unbelievable. I really didn't ask much of you. Could you, at the bare minimum, not be a jumpy spaz in front of my friends? I'm sorry. You better be. Tonight was important and you nearly ruined it. Mia, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. You know I can't help it. Listen. I've been good like you wanted. Just please, I need my... Yeah. Holds up a finger to Ben's mouth. She jerks her head the way that directs threat to violence at us. People are listening. What are you two retards doing? Eavesdropping like that. Crap. Hey, Mia, we were looking for Ben. Oh, why? Clearly, it's not a good time. In fact, you picked a very bad one. Show's over. Scram. Go home. I was saying, Mia, please, I need... Shush. How much longer are you holding it? You promised. I said shush. I'm serious. Holding? What are you keeping from him? I waited like you wanted, and you said you would. Alright, you know what? We can talk about this on the way home. Come on now. It's over. It's been a whole month. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. Please, I feel... Shut up already. What did you do to Ben? Nothing that concerns you, Willie Ben. Now, come on, Ben. She huddles him by her chest and starts walking out the door. Naturally, we follow. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill the both of you. I thought we agreed to stay out of each other's way. Do you want a kick to the face? You said Ben would regret not throwing Olivia and I under the bus. Fuck off. Ben, are you okay? Do we need to get security? You're not doing that if you know what's good for you. She quickens her pace, stomping across the floor while Ben is struggling to keep up. We're about halfway across the stage. No, 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 Olivia, no, don't do that. I just need something, she promised. Everything is okay. Dude, you look like you're about to have a heart attack. I'm fine, I just need the... Ben, you shouldn't be talking now. We're going home. We can talk about it then. You can't keep up with me on trips. Fucking idiot, get up. Yeah, we should get security. Like hell you are. Fuck, I'm surrounded by idiots. Mia, I can't wait any longer, please. I just need it to be normal. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Oh shit. Ben lies on the floor. Mia's fist is frozen where it made contact. She pulls it back and stares between us. She knows it was a mistake. Her low impulse control finally got the better of her. Oh. Ben shudders on the ground. His glasses lie snapped in two parts, and he fruitlessly tries to sticking them together like jigsaw pieces. Ben, are you alright? You know I didn't mean that, okay? My glasses. Let's get you out of here. Nobody can see you like this, right? No one. You too. If you ever tell people what you saw here, I will personally. Ben. Scalar opens the curtain right where we're at, lit up by the spotlight aimed at the spot. Goodness gracious, I've been looking everywhere for you. Where have you been? Did you forget about the memorial? No excuses, get out there. Scalar grabs Ben by the shoulder and yanks him through the curtain. Alright, now we can get... There's still a sizable crowd. Any murmurs clear out in dead silence as everyone gawks. Fuck. Scalar jerks her head back to the gap in the curtains and rips it wide open. We're exposed to the bright stage lights, and Scalar rips her gaze between Olivia, myself, broken glasses, and the person trying to hide them. Mia. She's caught like a deer in a headlight. Ben's fresh wound is bleeding bright red. It drips to the floor below. When he whimpers in pain, Miss Scalar finally looks back to him and finally takes in his condition. The droplets splattering is deafening. The audience eyes are all on Mia. Are you mad? Benjamin, you stay here. I'll get some help. He simply whimpers more as Principal practically leaps off the stage to search for someone. 1,000 calculations run through her. Judging by the worsening, drained expression, none of them are good. There's murmurs in the crowd, our peers talking amongst one another, pointing and questioning. Slowly, the low din of words grow louder, voices raising as their words are turned towards the stage. You okay? There's blood. What did she... Of course she did that. Is her problem? Finally, the questions turn to accusations, all directed towards the red Dino girl. So cruel, uncalled for, total bitch. Fucking abusive. That word clicks with her and she starts to move. Ben, I can't do this anymore. She starts yelling. Loud enough it carries to the other end of the room. What? I can't take this abuse anymore. Just look at me. You made me like this all those years, making me put up with this act, doing your dirty work, harassing all the students you don't want to deal with. Do you think I want to hurt people? I thought you loved me. I don't want to do your dirty work. I can't do it. All of this because you can't have people knowing about your condition. No, please. Mia yanks the orange bottle from her purse. The rest of the color drains from Ben's face. He falls to his knees. Mia, please. You're a fucking psycho. I don't want these anymore. You're a liar. You've ruined my life enough. She throws the bottle at the floor. The contents within scatter across different directions. Ben doubles over, covering his mouth. Now everyone knows. Mia has tears streaming down her face. She starts towards the exit. Ben's on antipsychotics? No way, that's a bunch of bull. Then what are those pills? The bottle rolls over towards me. I don't know why, but I pick it up. I can't pronounce what it's supposed to be inside, but I can read Ben's name clearly printed on the label. They're antipsychotics. So that's it. That's horrible. Ben had betrayed her when he didn't do her bidding. She had to tighten his leash by keeping it from him to remind him who's in charge and to keep him from making the same mistake. Me, I love you, don't go. Get away from me, you freak. I'll do anything. He reaches out for her. Mia ignores him. The floor vibrates from the unmistakably sound of furious lumbering over. In spite of his size, the older man cuts Mia off. Fuck. I believe we need to talk, Miss Moretti. He reaches out to take her by the shoulder. She ducks low, his grasp barely grazing her as she bolts past him and shoulders the backstage door open. And just like that, she's gone. Scalar returns to the stage with a first aid box. She retakes the mic, her troubled words tumbling freely. I'm terribly sorry about all that. We had planned some eulogies in honor of Mr. Dawkins, but Scalar is pretty deflated after all the commotion. And Ben? Where is Ben? Olivia tugs at my arm. She points off to the side where Ben is sulking off into the hallway. Halford? Looks like you're the only one left. Would you like to say a thing or two? It's fine if you don't. Olivia looks to me. Her eyes are filled with determination, sending me a silent signal. Of course, Miss Scalar. I'll speak on behalf of Ben, too. Olivia looks pointedly at me, waving me to go off after Ben. Oh. Nodding, I take the medic box from our principal and follow after the injured friend. Hello, everyone. I'm going to say a few things about our old art teacher, Mr. Dawkins. Walking after him, Olivia's words fill the now quiet hall. Mr. Dawkins was more than an excellent instructor. I always saw him like a father figure. Wanting to do right by me, by the rest of his students, I recall the time I spent with him, teaching me everything he knew, doing his best to guide me. Not only as artists, but as a person. I had gotten so caught up in my own worries that I couldn't see all the wonderful things around me, stuck within stupid walls I had erected, made from pity and self-loathing. He had been the one to help me break free from those walls. He helped me to become a better person because he believed in me just like he believed in all his students. Mr. Dawkins believed in the best of people, and I finally realized what Mr. Dawkins' life was. Not any painting, photo, or sculpture. It was us, his students, helping us to become better people. Mr. Dawkins, thank you. You were a wonderful teacher. Ben sits on the ground in front of the memorial. He's not crying, he's unresponsive, he's in shock. I guess I would be too. This has to be his worst case scenario. Hey. I set the first aid kit on the floor and sit by him. It goes unopened. Ben just stares up at the painting on the wall. This is hers? Yeah. It's good. Oh, hang on. I fish out the bottle from my pocket. The few remaining pills clatter in it as I pass it over. He takes it and stares at the contents before downing the last dose. So, I'm not going to talk about this. Alright. With respect to Ben's wishes, I stay silent. Mr. Dawkins smiles down at us from his picture. She's been able to do something like this. Meanwhile, I'm just running around making things worse for myself. I look to the ignored first aid kit. He follows my glance and grimaces. Does it hurt? It feels better when it's inside than what's inside. I'm probably only talking now because of the adrenaline. I don't feel like crying anymore. I just feel empty or like throwing up. Now everyone knows. I tried, you know. All the social classes, all the times I forced myself to be social in person. I notice how well you get along with everyone. I did everything right, and it's all for nothing. I don't think they'll care. Will they? Tell me, do you see me the same way after hearing the word psycho? Neither does anyone else, it's just natural. It could be the mildest sin in the world, but that label doesn't discriminate. Even with all good impressions I made over the years, I'm a threat. I may as well just drop out and finish high school online. You're my friend still, and you're Olivia's friend, Am I? Given time. We just stood a while staring at the painting. You know little Trodan? I took Olivia there. She loved the place. She got herself some fancy Asian paints. Earlier, I told her this wasn't any big reason I did what I did. That was a lie. You look at her and instantly know her whole deal. For better or worse, she can't hide what's wrong with her. With someone like me, you had to be told. That means so long as I can hide it, I'm normal. Even if I ever seek help, it just outs me. That hurt. Seeing her actively refuse it, take it for granted. One thing led to another. It was stupid. That's just how feelings are, Ben. I noticed my friend looking tense. About Mia? I don't want to talk about Mia. She's gone. She was always telling me when she graduated she'd go out of this dump. She'd get out of this dump. I was hoping she wouldn't, hoping she'd maybe take me with her. How do you know she's gone? She's booking it across state lines as we speak. Ben shows the lock screen on his phone the most recent message from Mia. I'm sorry, I'm going. He sighs. 4 years. I loved her. He plays the broken halves of his glasses he picked up. He said he didn't want to talk about it. I won't pry. So we just sit, and Dawkins' warm smile seems a bit brighter from his frame on the wall. I wonder if he'd be happy how everything turned out. I think he would. It was long and painful, but we finally made it. Became the people we aspired we'd be. Everything that's happened led up to here whether through resolving old grudges or finally escaping a horrible situation, things are changing. Once we leave the room, our new lives start. But for now, we can wait in transit just a bit. Ben's like me in a lot of ways. I remember seeing him earlier this year effortlessly turning social disasters in his favor. But I struggled to do anything without someone's approval or attention. Looks like he couldn't either. And Mia used that against him. Could I have ended up like that? After so long, I get a message. Still here? Yeah. Ben notices I'm wanted. I'm not keeping you here. You can go. You gonna be alright? Well, my ride is gone. I'll need to call my family. I meant with everything else. I don't know. Probably not. I'll probably finish processing all this soon enough. But thanks for talking with me. There's space with us. We can take you back. I stand up slowly. When Ben doesn't, I hold my hand out to him. I roll my eyes and smile. Ben, I'm offering you help. He stares at my palm as though I'd pull it away any second. Ben's hand shakes as he holds it up towards me, but he doesn't even attempt to grab my hand, so I grab his wrist and pull. Once more, Ben is on his feet again. Thankfully, he's more steady than he walked here. All right, man, let's get you home. He nods and follows after me. Though, just before I exit the room, I look back at our teacher. Mr. Dawkins, thank you for everything you've done. We exit the room and walk toward Olivia, who's waiting by the entrance of the convention center. The rest of the place is in full cleanup mode. All the lights are on and staff are lugging around the decorations to be stored away. When we reach her, I automatically take her handlebars and push her out of the building. Her head turns towards Ben, eyes inspecting him thoroughly. How you feeling, Ben? His mouth moves to speak, but stops. He shakes his head, but keeps following. So, what flavor? Pardon? Flavor of ice cream. I told everyone we're going to go get some. We're going to get some sea salt caramel. Olivia sticks her tongue out in disgust. Why would you ruin ice cream like that? Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Fine, I'll try it, and then ask again. How about you, Ben? You know, sea salt caramel's great, right? We finally reach the limo, and our driver moves open the door for us. I don't know, I've never had it. I motion Ben to get in before us. Oh, as he does, Damien greets him with his usual enthusiastic self. Once more, I help Olivia into limo and the driver storing her seat in the trunk, and I finally lay myself on the luxurious seat. We can go right to our place, drop you off if you'd rather, Ben. He looks out the window back at the con. You're totally fine to roll with us for the night, man. Alright, I appreciate it. Our limo slowly veers away from the convention center and starts heading back towards the city. Olivia's head leans on my shoulder. Her concentration, bellowing, reverberates through my chest all the way up until the ice cream drive-thru. In the end, all the options were picked. Ben and Liz got some cones of frozen yogurt, while Damien chose an entire gallon of chocolate for himself. And Olivia got himself a big old root beer float and sampled my cone of sea salt caramel. And while she acted like the icy delight had personally insulted her, I saw my girlfriend gaze longingly at the tip of it in the shop standing cooler. Our night continued for a little longer. The driver was more than happy to indulge us a generous tip at the ice cream shop. We were then driven around aimlessly, enjoying our ice cream and simply talking the night away about our winter break plans. As our curfew drew near, Ben was the first to be dropped off. We said our goodbyes and smiled and waved from his porch until we could no longer see him. Our next and final stop was my house. We were going to make the most of tonight after all, which meant enjoying the rest of these gallons with some good shows. Giving our thanks to the driver, we entered my house and made ourselves at home. Stuffily closed our ditch for comfortable pajamas, and we settle in my living room. Liz's neck takes up the entire couch just so she can lay her chin on Damien's shoulder. They'd fallen asleep like that within the first hour of our anime marathon, leaving Olivia and I in peace to snuggle up. Her purring bellow rattled my ribs, but it was pleasant. Kind of like a massage, but I needed based on how worn out all my muscles feel, which I needed, damn it. I felt like I just could melt in her embrace. My eyelids grew heavy as my body felt blissfully at ease. But there was one last thing I had to do before I fell asleep. Hey, Olivia. Her bellows subsided briefly. Yeah? Had a lot of fun tonight. Yeah, me too. She smiles at me, so soft and inviting. I give her a smile and a kiss. She reciprocates with a similar kiss on my grin. So I do the same again, and does she? Back and forth we went, trying to kiss the smile off each other's lips. Or were smooches that I wanted to win, though my tiredness made it difficult. By the time my eyes refused to remain open, I admit my defeat gracefully. Love you, Olivia. The purring continues, and I realize Olivia's fallen asleep. Love you too. We drew close to each other one last time, embracing sleep like we embrace one another. Christmas Day. Alright. Boom. That's it. Good night.